Alright, people. Alright. Alright. I'm in a good mood. In a great mood. If you was a 90s kid and you was brought up, you know, with the Super Nintendo versus the Genesis and the console wars, that's when the console wars first appeared, was during the 90s, and that's when, you know, Sega took a shot at Nintendo. And yeah, that's pretty fun times. And not, you know, I had fun on both consoles. The Genesis, I was a Genesis guy, but I played a lot of Super Nintendo because I had a lot of friends that live across the street, and I go over this house, play a lot of Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, you know, and Super Mario World. I used to play a lot of Nintendo games with him. Then he comes over to my house, we play a lot of Genesis games. So I've basically been brought up on the Nintendo and Sega. So basically, the reason why I'm saying I'm happy, because not only Nintendo just announced that we're getting 20 classic Super Nintendo games. These games are all-time classics, one of the best games that ever came out. 20 games. I would rather have those 20 games on the Super NES than those 30 games that we got on NES Classics. Let's just be real, people. The Super Nintendo was a lot better than the original NES. I'm not talking about as far as 18-bit versus 16-bit. I'm talking about the games, the quality of the games, the fun factor of the games. So yes, I'm very excited about the Super NES. Hopefully Nintendo will give us enough stock, and Nintendo just said that they won't have the same issues again, so I really hope that they will pan that out. I'm not sure if we can pre-order this thing yet, but I'm gonna make sure I will be one of the first in lines to basically purchase this system whenever it first come out. So yes, that's one of the reasons I'm happy. The second reason I'm happy is that we are getting a Sega Genesis replica. Not that piece of crap garbage that ActivesiGaming gave us a few years ago. You know, yes, we got a lot of games, but the quality of those games was piss poor. The look of that Genesis console looks like crap. I don't even know what the hell that thing was. It looks like garbage. But by them coming with a mini replica Genesis, knowing that I'm a huge fan of the Sega Genesis, and plus they enhanced the quality, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play this quick comparisons between the other Genesis that ActivesiGaming gave us a few years ago versus the new improved high quality. They basically improved the sound, they improved everything. I just want to show y'all you know, both consoles, and this is why I'm so excited. This is the reason why I'm excited. So y'all just check this out. Sega! Was that shit? Alright, people, this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited about gaming right now, because of all the nostalgia that's going around. I'm feeling like that all these companies are catering towards the core gamers, the hardcore gamers, the old school gamers, such as myself. Been gaming since the early 90s, since 1991. You know, get to play all my favorite Sonic games, you know, my favorite Streets of Rage games, and they got so many 80+ games that's going to be on this Sega Genesis replica. And it's going to be in HD. It has HDMI compatible, and it's not a plug and play like the other Genesis is. So the quality was piss poor versus this. That's why it costs more. This is $80, I believe, versus the other Genesis that, you know, had like 80 or 90 some built-in games. But it was a plug and play. There was no HDMI connection. It was, I believe, it had composite cable. So that's why the audio, the quality, the visual, like it was just, it was ugly. But compared to this, was fine. And I got this, and I got my Super Nintendo. I get to play Super Metro. Y'all know how much I love Super Metro. Of course, you got Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, you got Contra, you got Zelda Link to the Past. Man, you got so many great Super Nintendo games that it's just so many games to choose from this coming up fall. Of course, you got the Super Mario Odyssey coming out versus you got the Sonic Forces, and it's like I'm revisiting my childhood, people. That's why I'm so excited, you know, because Sega, I feel that they trying to basically bring up the quality as far as their Sonic games, as far as their games in general. You know, like, you know, just look at these, for example, like Yakuza 0. Good game. I love beat 'em up games. It's a great game. You should try it out. You should try it out. I love this game. And of course, Persona 5. If you're not huge into Persona, I wasn't huge into Persona. This is my first time trying this game out. This game is so good. It's so addicting, and it will take your soul away. You will put in countless of hours, 100-something hours. Like, even though Sega did not develop this game, they are the owners of Atlus, so Sega has a lot to do. I won't say they have a lot to do with developing these games, but they are basically the owners of this. And I guess with the other projects Atlus is going to do with the Persona series, you know, Sega said they're going to basically let Atlus continuously and do what they do. Now, I'm glad Sega is doing that, because it's like this: if it's not broken, then no fix it. So I'm glad Sega is actually trying to up their quality, better their Sonic games. And I didn't even talk about Sonic Mania. It's like more nostalgia just coming back to us, people. That Sonic Mania looks like an all-time classic. This Sonic Mania game looks hella fun, and I'm just so excited, people. So excitement that's going around. And of course, you got Star Fox 2. I didn't even mention that. We got an unreleased game for the classic Super Nintendo Mini coming out this fall. I believe it was September 29th. Star Fox 2. So we're going to have a brand new Star Fox game, in which we didn't know about. I didn't know anything about it until the other day. Like, I didn't know anything about it. But yeah, man, like, it's just so many great games coming out this fall, from new games to the classic games. You got the Super Nintendo replica versus the Sega Genesis replica. If you ask me, I think the Sega versus Nintendo console generation was the best generation of all time. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what y'all Xbox say. I don't care what y'all PlayStation guys say. Like, the console wars, it ain't about the console wars. It's what these consoles offered. It's what they offered. They had so many great games, so many great exclusives. You got the third party. They had everything. So yeah, like I say, man, this was the best console generation ever. Super Nintendo versus Genesis, and you got Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, Super Mario Odyssey. Man, it's just so many great nostalgic moments that's going on this year, man. That's why I'm so excited. And plus, you know, if you're a Nintendo fan like myself, like, you got Mario Kart, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey coming out this year. Was it Mario or Rabbids Kingdom? I'm not sure how that's going to be, as that's a huge self-developed game. But yeah, Nintendo is basically catering towards the core audience. They're trying to gravitate the gamers that gamed on the NES, the Super NES, and Nintendo 64. That's why they hurry up and get all these games back to us, so we can come back and buy their consoles. I didn't even mention Metroid. Metroid Samus Returns on 3DS. Like, that caught us by surprise. I know a lot of people was pretty mad at Nintendo for taking down that project, that fan-made project. Yes, it sucks that they did that, but we know why they did that, because we didn't know anything about it until E3. Like, that was so surprising. I was so hyped. I was so happy. And what topped it off, man, was the announcement of Metroid Prime 4, man. I lost my mind. So many nostalgic moments, so many nostalgic games, just fun moments, man. I'm just so happy, people. Just so happy. Even though it might have been hard on Nintendo because of the whole entire third-party situation, but overall, all these games we getting, man. Like from the Super Nintendo to the Genesis, you got the new Sonic, got the new Mario, like and Metro. Let's not forget that. And even though a lot of people thought that the series was dead after the Federation Force. So yeah, man, I'm happy, people. I'm happy. I know some of y'all might be like, well, you've been ranting about Nintendo. It's not about Nintendo. You know what? Just watch my old video. I explain how I feel about the third-party situation, but this video is about being happy, about being a huge Nintendo fan or a Sega fan. I feel that my two favorite companies is actually, you know, trying to regain your core audience back, and that's why I'm excited, people. So anyway, guys, y'all just give me your thoughts and your opinions on how y'all feel about the Super Nintendo Classic, the Sega Genesis Classic. You know, which one are y'all gonna buy? I'm buying both of them because they both are replicas for what I own. I got a Genesis and a Super Nintendo. So who doesn't want a mini version of it? And you get to play them in high definition. So that's why I'm so happy and excited, people. It's just a lot of nostalgic, you know, moments, man. I'm happy, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm happy. So like I said, y'all give me your thoughts and your opinions on how I feel about that. How y'all feel about Nintendo's the rest of the year with all their great games coming out. What do y'all feel about Sega Nurse situation? You know, I feel that their quality's going up, coming up. You know, I feel that Sonic Mini is gonna be a great game. I feel like Sonic Force is gonna be a great game, and I really hope that they will open up a lot of doors to bring back Streets of Rage. Like, where's my Streets of Rage, Sega? Come on, man. It's been far too long, man. Like, y'all did say y'all can revisit some old IPs, and I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting. But like I say, you know, Sega has been killed in these past few months. I'm loving these games that I showed you a while ago, and I really hope that this will continuously and be a ongoing thing with Sega and Nintendo. Just give us a reason for us Sega and Nintendo fans to be happy again. So that's all I gotta say, people. Y'all just give me your thoughts and your opinions on how y'all feel about this video overall. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter. And once again, it's your boy JDauntless, and y'all have a good day. Peace out.